Hello and welcome to another episode of At History Gems, and today I'm going to be talking to you about aliens, and specifically how they've been used on many occasions to explain great achievements by human beings.
At History Gems we read a lot of books. I mean, a lot of them. And the really strange thing about all these reputable history books is that they never mention aliens. All these Nazca lines and Egyptian pyramids turned out to have been built by actual, real people. And there's no explanation needed other than the fact that these things are all not
Aliens?
Yup, it's got nothing to do with little green men, or grey ones, which is the most common popular idea at the moment.
So yes, the Nazca lines look naturally best from our point of view from a helicopter or aeroplane. That doesn't mean that the people who built them had aircraft, aeroplanes, or indeed alien spaceships. It seems most likely that people might have walked along them, so from a distance people would have been able to recognize everybody standing in a certain shape or geometric pattern or line. But then I remember being asked on the Facebook page about what about the crystal pyramids? And that kind of blew my mind because I was thinking, surely I should have at least heard of these things. But I started doing some research on the internet, and it appears, as always with these things, that it was somebody's idea, somebody's theory, usually conspiracy theory, and it leads to the fact that nobody can track down exactly which university was involved, or indeed which country was involved, and exactly when it happened. But most importantly, nobody's gone back and found any giant crystal pyramids underneath the Atlantic Ocean near the Bermuda Triangle. But what it ultimately does show is the fact that the internet's very good at spreading these sorts of rumours, and people who want to make things more exciting or just overly curious add stuff that simply isn't there. And when you look at history and archaeology, really what you have to stick to is the facts. And sometimes that can lead to even more interesting and fascinating ideas. But sometimes it tells you politely that there are no aliens involved.
Really sorry, guys, you are just not needed.
Let me be plain about this. Would I like to have found aliens in my journey through history and archaeology? Of course I would. It'd be fascinating. But there aren't any. Really sorry to tell you that. Instead, what these ancient and unusual and mysterious monuments really do show is what human beings can achieve together. Sometimes, yes, it may be using whips. Sometimes it may be a big pharaoh or king or emperor saying, do this or bad things will happen. But really what it shows is how much we can achieve if we're not being distracted by YouTube, TV, going to the cinema, that kind of stuff. And when we really focus, we can create something so wonderful that thousands of years later, people are still looking at it, and rather than believing that it was us who made it, it had to be somebody else.
So, thank you very much for listening. If you want more, you can always find At History Gems on Facebook and, of course, on Twitter. See you soon.